Hi, it's Steph. Thanks for clicking. This is my 10th update for Throwback 30. This is a Fantastic Ladies project that was created by Jessica Lee as a way to do more of the Fantastic Ladies projects. There's just a lot of great ideas and you can't possibly do all of them, so Jessica brilliantly combined 30 of them into one project so she could at least sample them. We did vote on the 30 projects that went into this year's. The project started on July 28th last year, and it will be ending on July 28th this year, and presumably there will be a new round starting on July 28th this year. So if you were interested in this project, that would be the time to start. I did bring all 30 projects into this project at the intro, and I had 12 left as of the last update. I do have several rollouts, even more than I expected, so I'm really excited about that. So I'm going to start at the top of the alphabetical list as to what was left in this project. I did use all 12 of those products in the last month, so we will be talking about all of the remaining products in this project. The first one at the top of the alphabetical list is 50 Shades of Brown. That is, of course, a project for panning brown things. And the brown thing that I picked is this NARS Bronzing Cream in the shade Laguna 2. My goal was to use this 30 times. I had never used it before this project. There it is now. At the last update I had 14 uses and I've used it twice in the last month, giving me 16. I do need to pick up the pace if I want to meet my goal by the finale. I am wearing it today. That is the bronzer that I have on. I do really like it. I am anticipating using it a bit more now that I am a little bit tanner. I've gotten some sun over the last month, so I'm not quite as pale, and so this is a little bit of a better shade for me. It does blend out really well though, so I was able to use a little bit in the winter too, but I'm going to be wearing this more often in the summer, I'm sure of it, and I will have more progress on this next time. Next is 50 Shades of Pink, and that was for panning pink things. My pink thing is this LOC One and Done Shadow Stick in the shade Heavy Petal. It's like a metallic pink. I have used this once in the last month, so that took me from 9 uses to 10. So again, not that impressive. I really can't use this as a base because nothing sticks to it, so it is kind of like a one and done thing for me. And this is drier than it once was, so it has gotten more difficult to use. I'm honestly just focusing on the other eyeshadows in this project, which I'm also going to be cutting it close on. So this is taking a back seat just because I frankly don't like this quite as much. But I'm still going to try to finish it by the finale. We'll see if I can do it. 7 Deadly Pans is a project themed around the 7 deadly sins. I randomized the sin Lust, and NARS helped me out on that one. This is a sample of the Orgasm X blush. So that was my lustful product. My goal was to use this 30 times. At the last update, I had 27 uses, and I did get the last 3. So if you look really closely at it in person, you can tell that there's brush strokes. I don't know if it's going to pick up on camera. But I do really like this blush. It has a golden reflect to it. It's like a peachy pink, pinky peach, something like that. I did use it all 30 times. I think this is a nice summer color, so I don't think I'm going to put it away quite yet. But I did get my goal, so this is rolling out of the project. Next is ColourPan. That is for panning ColourPop products, and I only own one of them. It's this ColourPop Cherish Pressed Powder Palette. It's not called an eyeshadow palette because that one in the middle is technically not approved for eye use. I do use it on my eyes. I did use this a total of 9 times in the last month, which took me from 11 uses to 20. My goal is to use it 30 times, so I'm now 10 away, and this is looking more achievable now. Unfortunately, this gold shade on the end over here is really fragile, and that's why I can't open it to show you, because that is just going to crumble and fall out if I open this up. So unfortunately, you're going to have to look at the glare because I'm not opening it. This over here is the shade Destiny, and I have used that 7 times in the last month. It is on my eye look today. I have like a black wing going on and then the gold over top of it, and this is the gold that's over top of it. This is the shade Adore, and I have used that 8 times over the last month. This one is Faith. This is also on my eye today. It is my lid shade right there, and I used it 4 times over the last month. This right here is this shade Precious. I've used it 7 times over the last month, and that is what's in my crease right now. It's one of those sequin shades, so it's a reddish type of matte like you see, but there's also a little bit of gold shimmer in it. I really like this. So I don't really understand why the sequin shades get all the hate. This is the only one I have, so I have nothing else to compare it with, but I really like it. This shade down here is called Forever, and I have used it 9 times over the last month. It's like a deepening shade or a liner shade, but it's like a little bit of a reddish brown. I do have 10 uses to go on this, and this one I'm feeling a little bit better about being able to meet my goal by the finale. Disney Princess Roulette was themed around the Disney princesses. I randomized Mulan, and the 2 colors associated with her are blue and green. I picked this e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. because it was a blue or green depending on the light, but it is now gone. I did finish it, which was my goal. I do like this product and I would consider buying it if I needed a budget primer. It worked really well. I liked it as a gripping primer. It did feel sticky when it first went on, but it didn't feel gross all day long, just for a couple of minutes. So that didn't bother me, and I think it was a great product and it's a great price. Drop 10 before summer is themed around summer type products. I picked this DP Hue X Kristen Cavallari Sun and City Mist. This is a hair product that's supposed to protect your hair color from the sun and pollution. I don't color my hair, so I just kind of been using it to use it. Maybe it helps protect my hair from things, even though it's not colored. I don't really know. But I have used this 5 times since the last update, and that mark's actually from last time. If I were to mark it again, it would just be a really fat line. So I'm not marking it, but I have made some progress on it. I am trying to finish it, and it's looking like it might take me more than 2 months to do that, but I am going to try. Now that the weather's nicer, I might be using this more as kind of like a sunscreen for my hair, even though I don't know if it really works. Next is Happy Hour. That is a project themed around adult beverages, and I had randomized craft beer. Craft beer is an indie product, so I picked this Exa High Fidelity Color Corrector in the shade green. It is a green concealer. I had a goal to use this 30 times. At the last update, I had 29 of them, and I did get my last use. So this is rolling out. I do get redness in this area, though the rose water that I've been using lately has been helping with that. Prior to using the rose water as a toner, I was using this to cancel out the redness on days when it was worse, and my foundation just didn't cover it. And it did work for that. It's easy to apply too much, but it is very effective. I think if you are someone who experiences a lot of redness, this would still help you. And so I do like this product. I am glad that I have it. I'm sure I will use it again, but I will have it forever because it doesn't take a whole lot. It's Panning Cats and Dogs is a project themed around our pets, and I had randomized the prompt balls or toys, and that is something that rolls away from you. This is the Perfectly Posh Hipster Skin Stick, and this did once upon a time roll away from me. I couldn't figure out what had happened to it. It lived in my purse, and I used it as a hand cream for a while, and then it disappeared. But I found it under my coffee table because it rolled underneath it. But this, I don't really know what the intended purpose for this was. I got this as a gift with purchase. I had a coworker who sold Perfectly Posh. It's an LMLM that doesn't exist anymore. And it says it's a throwback essential oil blend that will detox you from life in the mainstream. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, and neither did she. It was something that she got for free and she passed on because she didn't know what to do with it either. When I had previously used it as like a hand moisturizer, I didn't really like it that way because it did leave a greasy feel, which I didn't like on my hands when I was on the go. So the way I was using this was as a moisturizer on my legs, which is a little bit better. They would still feel like sticky for a while afterward, but it went away eventually. I used this twice for the last month that way, and it is now gone, thankfully. I didn't really care for it. It wasn't a great moisturizer. It does smell nice. So it's like a citrusy and juniper type scent. So I think it's fine, but as far as the scent goes, but as a product, I don't really like it, and I don't really know what it was meant for in the first place. But this is gone. I won't miss it. I'm glad it's out of here, and I can stop talking about it. Lip services for panning lip products, and I picked a lip gloss. It is my oldest lip gloss. Does anyone remember the Maybelline Shiny-licious? This one's in Berry Bella. And I actually am really quite certain that I got this when I was in college because I remember getting this at a career fair. Like Maybelline came to the career fair and I got this for free at their booth, and that's why I have it. But my goal is to finish it. It's like down there-ish. I had 25 uses at the last update. I've used it 4 more times for a total of 29. I do need to make this a priority if I want to finish it, which I definitely do because it is very old. I graduated from college in 2011. But this doesn't have a smell, so like it hasn't gone bad. It still performs okay, so I'm not that worried about it. Yeah, at the time they were not putting the best used by dates on makeup products, so like there isn't one on here, which means it never expires, right? Not really, but it's still fine, and so I'll keep using it. Skin is In is for panning skincare products, and I picked a cleanser. This is the Nourishing Cleanser from the Somme Institute. They have like a skincare system of some kind that's like all color-coded. This is the blue one. And I don't have any of the other ones. This is the only product I had from them. Otherwise, I would have used them together. But my goal is to finish this, and this is the best cleanser I've ever used, actually. It's unfortunate that it's $48 because I don't think I would buy it for $48. I'm hoping I find something that's just as good and less expensive. There's my marks. There's where it is now. I am expecting this to be done for next time. It's at the point where sometimes the pump is sputtering and other times it works fine. So it's going to be gone in a month. and I'm going to miss it, but I also do want this to be an empty. Tiny Pans was a past pan that palette theme in which you were to pan your palette with tiny pans. I picked my smallest pans in a palette, and that is the Coastal Scents Stylized Eyeshadow Sampler. It's a duo, and I still call it a palette. But those are some really little pans. My goal is to use it 30 times. At the last update I had 8 uses, and I used it once in the last month for a total of 9. So not that impressive. I was focusing more on that ColourPop one. I do intend for that to at least be gone by the end of the project. That pink shimmer has not much left in there. So I am hoping for that to be gone. I'm not sure that I'm going to manage to finish that matte shade, but maybe, we'll see. I'm a little bit less optimistic with just 2 months left that I can hit my 30 use goal, but I am going to try. Last is Women Who Rock, and that was a project about women who rock. And the woman that I randomized was Serena Williams. She said, "I don't like to lose at anything, yet I've grown most not from victories, but setbacks. And it's a product that you used to hate but learned to love." And for me, it's this Milk Makeup highlighter in the shade Lit. The writing is all rubbing off, but my goal was to use this 30 times. At the last update, I had 27 uses, and in the last month, I used it 5 times, bringing me to 32. So goal exceeded. I'm actually wearing it now. I do really like this product now. I wore it to a wedding once a couple years ago and got a bunch of compliments, so at that point I liked it better. It did take some practice to figure out how to use it. If I tried to apply it directly to my face, it would upset my foundation. Today I underpainted with it. I'm wearing a powder foundation on top, so I like it that way, or I can dab and put it on top of a liquid foundation and that works fine too. But this is rolling out of the project. This is rolled up all the way, by the way, so there's not a whole lot left. I'm hoping to finish it within the next year, and I might dig it out. I'm not sure yet, but it is out of the project either way. If you were counting, that was 5 goals met. I got my uses on this NARS blush for 7 Deadly Pans. I managed to finish this e.l.f. primer for Disney Princess Roulette. I got my last use on this color corrector for Happy Hour. I managed to finish this mysterious skin stick of unknown purpose for the Prompt Balls or Toys in its Panning Cats and Dogs, and I did finish my uses on this highlighter for Women Who Rock. So that is 5 rollouts, leaving me with a total of 7 products in this project. For next time, I should easily finish this cleanser for Skin Is In, and I am going to focus on this ColourPop palette to try to get my last 10 uses for ColourPan. So hopefully there's going to be 2 more next time. We'll see how that works out. Until then, wish me luck. Good luck with your projects, and I will see you next month. Bye.